Hi, I'm Alison Kennedy, CEO of Toowoomba Hospital Foundation, and I am joined here today by Anthony Somerfield, who's the branch manager of Suncorp Toowoomba. And we have been so fortunate to have a relationship with Suncorp over many years, and we're here to have a chat. So welcome, Tony. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks, Alison. It's lovely to be here because I love talking about the Suncorp and what we do in the community, so it makes it a lot easier.
So tell me a little bit about yourself, and are you born and bred Toowoomba? You lived here your whole life?
Yeah, I have lived here an awful long time, probably 40 to 50 odd years, but I just love the community feel of Toowoomba, and I've been in banking for 40 odd years as well. And it's once again about that customer touch, that personal touch, getting to know people in the Toowoomba area, which has made it a lot easier, to move on and do the fundraising, all that sort of stuff over years. So it's been great.
Well, the foundation is very fortunate to have such a great relationship with Suncorp through workplace giving, through sponsorship, through volunteering. How did the decision come about to support the Toowoomba Hospital Foundation?
Actually, I initially thought about this, and we probably go to staff every couple of years, and we asked what's important to them in our community. So, and I can't remember the top four, but one of the biggest ones is mental health, all right? And we know that it's a prevalent topic at the present time. So that was one of the aspects that the staff came back with that was important to them. There's a couple other aspects as well, but and I think due to associations, I think we eventually just found each other to a certain extent. I can't remember because it is now pretty well 5 years ago that we started our connection. So it has developed over time, and we've had a little, stop in the middle there, obviously due to circumstances, but that's initially how we did it. The staff tell us what we have to look out in the community for. Another big one, and obviously in Toowoomba, is homelessness too as well. So, but we are focusing on the mental health component with yourselves, and unfortunately, cancer.
Yes.
Yep.
And a big part of your support for us is through workplace giving, which is amazing. So can you tell me a little bit about that and how easy it is for your staff to get involved?
We, at last count, I think we had over about 9,000 staff in Suncorp, so it's a major aspect to get to everybody and a touch point. Each region, to a certain extent, or 6 or 7, including New Zealand as well, have a connection with a Brighter Future and have a Brighter Futures committee. So it's an approach we do several times a year. Just reach out to our staff members with Suncorp payroll giving. We don't ask them to do too much with regards to logging on or whatever. It's a very simple $2, $5, $10, $20, whatever they can afford. And they don't miss to a certain extent. But I know at the other end that dollar amount that they donate does make a huge difference, because Suncorp does match that money that is given by staff. So, that $10 turns into $20 and $20 turns into $40. So that does make a difference at the other end. So we're very proud of it. We obviously try to encourage more staff, and we have new staff coming on, and we do what we call an onboarding program that we include and talk about Brighter Futures as well.
Well, every dollar makes a difference to us,
does.
But due to Suncorp Brighter Futures, we've obviously been able to help Breast Screen Toowoomba. We've also been able to help the rehab unit, and plenty of other projects. Has there been a standout for you personally in this involvement? And
you mentioned the two that I thought about when I first came. I mean, we went down to the Ruthven Street blood bank, or whatever it is, the place, and we saw that breast screen machine. It's just absolutely amazing the way you explained that, it's people coming from far out west, and this is the only available one before they have to head to Brisbane. So, but I think probably the highlight is the rehab unit, honestly. When you go out there, when it was first initially opened, which was probably a couple of years ago now, it's very easy for us to look at hanging clothes on the line, or vegetable gardens, or opening gates, or walking downstairs. When you realise that for people who lose that function, they've got to retrain their minds and their bodies to do that. It's just a great outcome for some of our money to go towards a simplistic way of trying to rehabilitate people. So that was a big plus for me.
Yeah, it's an exciting place to visit.
Absolutely. Well, it's to visit only.
Yes.
But not to be there on a permanent basis.
Absolutely.
But the difference it has made, I know people who've gone through that, and it has made a huge difference simply by trying to re-walk or walk downstairs, hold rails, that simple stuff.
We love seeing local businesses get together and help our community, and volunteering is a big part of what Suncorp does. Tell me a little bit about your Suncorp volunteer days and how that works.
Yep. So each staff member, in agreement with Suncorp, has a volunteer day that they're able to go out and volunteer specifically for their chosen foundation. Obviously, through Brighter Futures, if they do volunteer, particularly through the Toowoomba Hospital Foundation, we can actually match that dollar amount for that volunteer day for them. I often say about volunteering, no matter what you do or where you go to volunteer, it works both ways. Obviously you're giving of your time to the particular foundation, hospital foundation, whatever, but it also comes back in feel-good moments for yourself. And that's not easily said, to be honest with you, but the more you do it, the better you feel, and the more, the more benefit you give to the foundation if you're doing volunteer days. So we do strongly encourage people to volunteer through Suncorp. Some have the ability to do it on a regular basis. I know that's only once a year, but around Christmas time we can volunteer on weekends, gift wrapping, the simple stuff in life. Yeah, it does make a huge difference.
Well, without your help, our gift wrapping wouldn't happen, because that's a big roster. What would you say to other businesses to encourage them in relation to workplace giving and volunteering if they're not currently doing it?
Yeah, it just makes a difference. You can be seen, and it's not about the glory of volunteering or fundraising, all that sort of stuff. It's about the difference that the collection of money, small or big, makes a difference to people who are less privileged than we are, to be honest with you. It's a great initiative for any company, firm, whatever, individual to do that sort of stuff, because it makes a huge difference in your own life.
Absolutely. And on a personal note, what does it mean to you? Obviously Suncorp Brighter Futures and Suncorp itself, the staff, your community, your internal community has given so much to us.
Yep.
But on a personal note, what has it meant for you to be involved over the years?
It's not about notoriety, which is probably the big thing I thought about. It's about just the internal stuff that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
All right. If there was more volunteering in the world, things would get done a lot quicker, I believe. So the more time we can give, whether it be an hour or a day, doesn't particularly matter. It just comes back twofold to yourself. Absolutely.
Well, we are very, very excited about continuing our journey with Suncorp Brighter Futures. We've got some big plans for the next couple of years, which is really exciting. But to you personally and to your team, we really just wanted to say thank you for your continued support. We really appreciate you being here today, and just thank you for your time.
Lovely opportunity for the next 2 years. So thank you very much for your time as well.